Washington vaccination.
That's too much power for one man to have.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So when you can make Shakur Stevenson apologize for anything, man, that means you have a lot of power. You have an enormous amount of influence in the sport of boxing. Because with all of the stupid things that Shakur Stevenson has said over the years, he has never apologized for any of it. I mean, this is a man who said that Teofimo Lopez is not a racist. This is a man who praised Tyson Fury so much that he voluntarily said on camera when he was being recorded by Top Rank and ESPN. He said that Tyson Fury would beat Muhammad Ali. And then later on, he doubled down on a DAZN interview where he said he can't see anybody beating Tyson Fury simply because of his size, because of his height, because of his weight. And then Tyson Fury, he loses twice to a much smaller guy who moved up from cruiserweight to heavyweight in Alexander Usyk. And he also struggled and got knocked down by a fighter who had no professional fights in Francis Ngannou. Shakur has never retracted any of these statements, but he retracts and apologizes to Turki Allashiihk for something that he just recently said about the potential fight between him and William Zepeda. This is what Shakur Stevenson said. This is what he posted. He said, "Excited about my next fight. It was a misunderstanding between Turki and the team. My apologies on my part for overreacting. Let's work, Turki Allashiihk." Now, let me just start by saying this. This is really good news because Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda is a big fight. And for all you race fans that claim you want to see excitement in the ring, etc., you're going to see the best of Shakur Stevenson against William Zepeda at William Zepeda's expense because he is flat-footed, he comes forward, and he does not have a great defense. But at the same time, he is still dangerous because he's a volume puncher. You know, when I tell you guys that Turki Allashiihk, he has a lot of power, that's not a bad thing. I'm happy that he has this kind of power, and I'm hoping that he can achieve what he's trying to accomplish in the sport of boxing, which is completely monopolize the sport so we have one champion in every single weight class like the UFC. And we really get to see the best fight the best all the time instead of us having to wait for like 3 or 4 years like the World Cup or the Olympics. I mean, I like the fact that he has this kind of power, Turki Allashiihk, but it's still astonishing to me. I mean, once again, this is a guy who completely dissed Canelo Alvarez when Canelo first turned down the Crawford proposal and the David Benavidez fight at the same time. I mean, you guys have to understand, Canelo Alvarez is an extremely arrogant person. And when I say that, I'm basing that off of videos I've seen of Canelo interacting with his own fans when it comes to signing autographs. And look at the way Turki, he handled Canelo Alvarez and how Canelo still came back to Turki after every single thing Turki said about Canelo. Check out these clips. Now, this first clip is what Canelo Alvarez said when he first initially turned down the Crawford proposal. The second clip I'm going to play for you guys is Turki responding to what Canelo is going to say in this first clip. Check it out.
$100 million. I heard Turki offered you a big money already.
150.
150?
What's your reaction?
Yeah. Wait, my response to Turki is this. Yesterday, they text me. They text me and say, we can talk about the fight in February with Crawford.
Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. They text me yesterday. And I say, look, I'm not going to talk about any other fight. I'm focused 100% on this fight. Look, I don't like the way he talks. And I'm not in this position because of this. And I'm in this position. If he wants to work with me, it's in my way. I don't need it.
What didn't you like about how he approached? Like, what was it?
It's not the way to approach. It's not the way to approach to me. Look, I respect everybody and I respect Turkey, but look, if he wants to work with me, he needs to be in my game.
Turki said this, quote, I heard what Canelo said, that he respects me, but he doesn't like the way I do business. As for him respecting me, it doesn't matter to me if he does or not. As for the way I do my business, I know why he doesn't like it, because I only target big fights and fair prices. So of course, anyone who likes easy fights won't like that. And I know how he feels after losing to Bivol, so he's been looking for easier fights ever since. Also, I'm not the one that's afraid of fighting Benavidez or Crawford. Therefore, I knew he was wasting our time and making excuses with big amounts of money that can't be paid. So I'm continuing my way to make big fights that serve the boxing world, and he's on his way to making easy show-only fights. Man, after Turki said all of that, you would have thought that Canelo Alvarez would have been like, F Turki. I ain't never dealing with him now that he said that. But instead, it was the complete contrary. Canelo Alvarez ended up flying out there to see Turki Allashiihk to make sure that he does business with him, and he agreed to the Crawford fight. That is a lot of power. So when it comes to the Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda fight, I'm really happy that Shakur Stevenson, he came out and announced that that fight is going to come to fruition, because like I said, it's going to be a big fight. And I'm also hearing that it's going to be in New York, which is going to make it even bigger. So I can't wait until the fight is officially announced. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Alalshikh Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to alalshikh.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.